All right, this next video is going to be on how to properly execute the lead hook. First thing is you want to make sure that you're in the right position with your feet to be able to execute the punch itself, right? If I've got a target, I'm not going to try to throw this shot from straight on. I could try it, might get it, but probably want to make sure that I'm in my left lane, right? So I can be able to deliver the shot. So I always train from the perspective of if I have to throw the punch with my bare hands, just because you're gonna have a safer means of throwing the punch if you throw it with your thumb up. So I always train the thumb up hook, the beer mug hook, instead of this one, because if by chance you miss, if they pull their head back and you connect, you're gonna crumple your last two metacarpals like an accordion. So in order to avoid that, when I throw this shot, I'm gonna throw it with my thumb up. Again, there's a million different perspectives on it, that's just mine, right? So when I'm in position, I've put myself, right? So if I was starting here and I like slip a right hand and now I'm trying to come in, bang, and throw that shot, I'm gonna drop all my weight. Notice how my head's not past my knee this way. It's not past my head like towards you, right? My head is comfortably nested behind my knee, right? It's a good way to remember how to maintain your balance by not letting your head ever pass your knee in any direction. Excuse me. So if I'm here, my chin's still protected. I got my lead shoulder here, and now I've got my whole torso protected. What I can do is, if I'm slipping, I can come into this position, right? Again, my head is in good position behind my knee. Everything here is protected because I've got everything in. And now I'm gonna load my weight onto my left leg. And then the punch is gonna be initiated like all punches from the feet. I'm gonna rotate and I'm gonna shift my weight to the other side. So I'm here, everything's up, my hands are up, my elbows are in. I'm in as close form of a shell as I could be without being tight. I'm still nice and relaxed. I'm gonna turn this foot and bring my weight to the other side. My arm simply moves as a consequence, like the other punches, of the movements of my body. So I'm here, I'm gonna rotate, and I'm gonna bring this elbow up and get everything in alignment. You always wanna have your bones aligned. If you ever hung from a pull-up bar, hanging is significantly easier like this than it is like this, right? That's because you're allowing your skeletal system to do the work rather than your muscles. So I'm here, I'm gonna rotate this leg, I'm gonna elevate my elbow, woo, it's gonna come across. Now, I kind of showed you this motion as a demonstration because when I throw the hook, I'm gonna come a little bit past, probably a fist length past the center line, and then I'm gonna bring the fist right back, right? I don't wanna actually come across here, but I do wanna demonstrate that when I throw the hook, right, I'm here, look, it's not coming that far away from my body. It's even with my elbow. If I'm throwing a shallow trajectory of that hook, right, the elbow's still following the fist, it's just making a wider arc. So it's important to be able to gauge the distance from where you're throwing that hook. I'm here, right, and you're trying to hit the side, whether it's the body or the head, right? A 3 is up here, the 7's down here. But notice, come across the center line, as soon as I cross it, I'm coming right back. If you can accentuate your head movement to not leave your head in a compromising position while you're engaging the movements of the punch, by all means do so. However, do not, and I repeat, do not compromise your offense trying to be simultaneously offensive and defensive, right? Offense and defense are inextricably linked. All defense exists to enable a better offense. However, you need to make sure that the two are working in union with each other and not fighting against each other, right? You're already fighting another person. Don't let what you're doing fight yourself. So I'm gonna turn, right? Everything's still up and in, right? I'm still nice and relaxed. I'm gonna rotate this foot and I'm gonna bring my weight to the other side, right? Just like every other punch, the foot turns the knee turns the hip turns the shoulder turns the elbow brings the fist across the center line. and then I'm right back into this position. My elbows are in, my hands are up. I could try to show you from a couple different angles. Here, here, here. Hopefully that kind of covers all of them. Anyway, that's the 3. If you're throwing the shot to the body, it's the exact same thing, except I'm going to drop a little bit lower. If I have to spread my feet just a little bit wider, that's okay. I am not a believer in the wide stance. That's piss poor training. Like when you see these guys that have to fight like this, it's because they never learned how to fight like correctly. Their trainers were lazy, and I'm going to do an entire video about things that you see professional and some amateur fighters do that are just absolutely horrible in the name of fundamentals. What you learn from the Army is that the most successful units, the units that can employ the most amount of violence while incurring the least amount of casualties against the enemy, are the ones that can rapidly and succinctly and smoothly execute the fundamentals more rapidly, succinctly, and smoothly than the other elements, right? That's why you would take the high-speed infantry units of the U.S. Army against anybody, the sapper units, the ranger units. I would rather be in a ditch with them than any other units in the world. So anyway, those are musings for another video. I hope you got something out of this one. Check the comments for links to other stuff. Thanks. Have a good day.